Alright, fine, I'll watch the Snyder Cut trailer. But I don't know what you're expecting from this. I've said it I don't know how many times. I don't care about the Snyder Cut. I just don't. And yeah, I'm morbidly curious about the final product. How could I not be? But am I super excited for this thing? Am I in fanboy ecstasy over it? No. And I don't know why you guys are either. Why? It's not going to be official canon. It's not going to magically fix everything wrong with the DCEU. And yet, so many people have held up the Snyder Cut as this untapped bastion of greatness, this comic movie for the ages, this nerdgasmic explosion of awesome that we were unfairly cheated out of, and I'm just sitting here like, you saw Batman v Superman, right? It's entirely possible the Snyder Cut was never that good to begin with. And another thing, so many people have blamed Joss Whedon for how Justice League turned out. I guess because they're looking for a scapegoat, and Whedon's an easy target these days. Newsflash, everyone. Yeah, the movie was a mess, but that wasn't Whedon's fault. The guy was in an impossible situation. He took the job of finishing a mostly finished film, and then the studio was like, okay, we want you to change this, and this, and this, and add a bunch of comedy to it to make it funny like the Avengers, even though that humor doesn't mesh at all with the original tone of the film. And also cut it down to 2 hours, even though Snyder's cut was like 4 hours, and then somehow make your style mesh seamlessly with Snyder's so the whole thing looks like one cohesive vision instead of two. Go! Do it! Yeah, in retrospect, Whedon should have known better than to take the job in the first place, but if you're still pissed off about Justice League, blame the studio. They could have just pushed it back until Snyder was ready to come back and finish it, but they didn't, and now we have what we have. The movie is the way it is because the WB are a clown show, and the existence of the Snyder Cut won't change that. It might be better, it might be more cohesive, certain characters might get more attention, but it'll likely have all the same problems Batman v Superman did. Not understanding the characters, trying to cram 5 or 6 movies worth of story into one. I expect it'll still be a mess, just in a different way. So, here we go. The Snyder Cut. Whoa, Dark Side. Just gonna lead with that, huh? You're not gonna build up to it? What, this song again? What is it with Snyder in this song? Oh, post-apocalyptic future? So they're still doing the injustice thing that they teased in BVS, I guess? Why would you want to put that in this movie? You could do it, it could be its own movie easy. It should be. Am I gonna have to mute out this whole song? Is it in the whole trailer? More cyborg origin. Yay. Well, Black Suit Superman. That's another movie. Well, Flash meeting Iris. And in one shot, they already have more chemistry than the TV versions do. Don't get me started. Hey, Amy Adams. Amber Heard. Screw you. Lying bitch, ruining Johnny Depp's career. Now, there's actually quite a lot of new stuff here. More of Cyborg's origin. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to mute out the whole thing. And lots of flashy action. That's really all Snyder's got. More of that Flash tease in BVS. Why does he run so weird? God. Yep, whole thing's gonna have to be muted out.
This guy's
oh well.
Hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united.
I'm Batman. Okay, let's reassess real quick here. On top of Steppenwolf, who I assume is still the big bad, they've also got the Black Suit Superman story and Soup's Coming Back to Life, which is a movie in its own right. There was that post-apocalyptic future Injustice tease in BVS. They're gonna do something with that, apparently. That should be its own movie too, but Snyder will probably try to cram the whole thing into this one. There's Cyborg's origin, possibly Flash's origin too. That's another 2 movies right there. And then we've got Darkseid. If Snyder's plan was for this to conclude everything, and if it's true about his cut being around 4 hours long, that wouldn't surprise me, they're gonna have to fight Darkseid too. So that's at least 6 different movies here with barely any real setup for any of them. And what setup it did have was rushed all to hell. This is not a recipe for a well-told story, and after BVS, I thought more people would get that. So yeah, I don't have much hope for the Snyder Cut being good. It'll look pretty, there'll be some cool action scenes. Flash and Cyborg seem to have more screen time now if you care about that. I don't. Ezra Miller's Flash is annoying, and I still don't know what Cyborg is even doing in this movie. But if you really want it, if you absolutely have to have it, looks like you're finally gonna get it. That said, I still think most of the people who've been screaming about this thing for years have set themselves up for a disappointment. Now, I do think it'll be better than the version we saw in theaters, because at least this'll be what the filmmaker intended instead of some Frankenstein assembly ordered by a studio that doesn't know its ass from its elbows. But nothing's changed. Zack Snyder was just not the guy to handle the DC properties, and I don't expect that he's gonna magically become that guy just because the handcuffs are finally off. But I am glad that the Snyder Cut exists, because this is a sign that the studios might be starting to pull their heads out of their asses. The fans wanted this, they wanted it real bad, and the studio finally gave it to them. And if this movie is a big success, maybe the studios will finally get it through their heads that giving the fans what they want instead of writing them off as a bunch of toxic asshole man-babies is a better way to make money. So yeah, I may not care about the Snyder Cut, but I do think it's an important movie, and it's very important that it does well. Regardless of how it turns out, this thing needs to be a success. They delivered for the fans, now the fans have got to put up or shut up. And if the fans do that, then maybe, just maybe, the studios might start actually listening to the fans more often. Guys, what do you think about all this? Sound off on the Snyder Cut in the comments. Ding that bell icon and follow me on social media to be notified about new videos. The link is down there. Thumbs up the video, share it around, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed, and I'll be back with more very soon. I'm attempting to shoot 2 videos back to back right now, so we'll see how that goes. So do all the YouTube things, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.